understand the answer is conversation, talking with your child. And then solutions are less formulaic and less prescriptive. It's what emerges from that phenomenon and the uniqueness of sort of the two of you. So if I were to, I'm going to just insert my daughter's name, I might sort of say, in that situation, like, so I heard, and maybe my daughter doesn't even bring it up. Maybe I hear from the teacher or from another parent, or maybe I observe it. And so I might sort of say to my 7 or 8 year old, I might say, well, this is what I heard. I wanted to sort of bring it back and check in with you. What do you think? What's your take on what's been going on? Yeah. And then getting her to really open up about her perspective. Why is this important? Because especially for someone, especially a young girl of color, especially for this young Black girl, it really communicates and privileges and centers her experience. You are not telling, but showing her your perspective, your experience, your take on what happened really matters. And for kids, and for people with marginalized identities, that's particularly really, really important. Yeah. And then I might sort of say, oh, Serena, why do you think that happened? Why do you think all these, your classmates are touching their hair and everyone is doing it and no one's sort of standing up, sort of, why do you think? And kids are amazing because even 2 or 3 year olds will have a hypothesis, sometimes a little bit off from sort of reality, but they will have hypothesis, they'll have an understanding of how they're making sense of what goes on sort of around them. And to be able to give this young girl an opportunity to really bring that to the surface, I think is really, really important and can be really empowering. And then I might say, like, why do you think the other kids are doing that? In this sort of kids, what's your take on why they're doing it? And she might say, my daughter might sort of say, no, I think they're just, I don't know. I think they think my hair is really cute. I think that they're whatever. I think actually my friend said they really like chocolate milk and that's why they call it. And that's a sort of a really cute name. So it might sort of be that. And I'm like, well, do you think what else? And if I feel like my child is sort of missing it because of lack of experience or sort of other things, I'm like, that's interesting. The other thing I was thinking was this, I wonder if they really don't mean to be mean to you, but I wonder if they are sort of saying like you are different, and I wonder how that makes you sort of like feel. Have you experienced some of that? I might do this as a therapist also. So really, again, centering and empowering her voice, her experience. And then finally, what do you think you want to do about it? And so the solution and the answer, I think whenever possible, if it could be child driven, and I'm talking about even for a 2, 3 year old, like, what do you think? It might not be a viable solution or a way to sort of approach it, but it gets them the opportunity to really think about it. It gets their cognitive juices sort of flowing. It really privileges what they're thinking, what they're feeling, for you to be curious about, where did you get that idea? How come you do feel that way? That becomes the breeding grounds for a different kind of an experience, including opportunities for learning and growth to happen. So that's how I would approach it. And certainly if there is something that needs to be addressed by an adult, then that's where the adult sort of comes in, absolutely.